Have you ever gone to the bathroom, sat down, and felt like your body was fighting against you? You sit there, waiting, pushing, straining, and yet nothing comes easily. The stool feels like a stone, dry, hard, and stubborn. Every push feels painful, almost like tearing, and when you finally finish, you feel exhausted instead of relieved. For many, this is not just an occasional issue, but a daily battle, a silent problem they don't talk about but secretly suffer with. This is the hidden world of constipation and hard stools, something so common yet so misunderstood. And if you think it's just a small inconvenience, think again. Hard stools and constipation may seem harmless at first, but over time, they create ripple effects that damage your health. They cause hemorrhoids, painful anal fissures, bloating, gas, and even increase your risk of more serious intestinal problems. Doctors across the globe consider constipation one of the most underreported but widespread issues in modern health. People shy away from talking about it because it feels embarrassing, but the truth is, almost everyone faces it at some point, and millions battle with it every single day. The sad part is that many people think the only way out is to keep popping laxatives or relying on harsh medicines. But those often make the body dependent and weaken your natural ability to go. The good news, however, is that there are natural, safe, and effective ways to soften stools, reset your digestion, and restore regularity without fear of dependency or side effects. That's exactly what we are going to explore together in this video, step by step. But first, let's understand what really causes constipation and hard stools. Imagine your digestive system as a conveyor belt. Food goes in, your stomach and small intestine break it down, the nutrients are absorbed, and whatever is left moves forward to your large intestine to be eliminated. Now, if this conveyor belt is running smoothly, the waste doesn't stay inside too long. It stays soft because it holds water and it exits your body without effort. But when this conveyor belt slows down, waste begins to sit inside for too long. The longer it stays in the colon, the more water your body pulls out of it because the large intestine is designed to absorb water. As the water is removed, the stool becomes drier and harder until it finally feels like you are trying to push out a rock. This is the first key to understand. Constipation is not about what goes in, it's about how fast it comes out. And three main factors slow everything down: lack of fiber, lack of water, and lack of movement. Fiber is what gives stool its bulk and softness. Water is what keeps it moist. And movement, both in your muscles and in your intestines, pushes it forward. If any one of these is missing, the system fails. So how do we bring this system back to life? The first step is to look at your fiber intake. Fiber is your gut's best friend, but it comes in two different types, soluble and insoluble. Soluble fiber is like a sponge. It absorbs water and turns into a soft gel that makes stool moist and easy to pass. You find this in foods like oats, apples, pears, chia seeds, and flax seeds. Insoluble fiber, on the other hand, is like a broom. It adds bulk and sweeps waste through your intestines faster. You find this in foods like whole grains, beans, nuts, and vegetables. Together, they create the perfect recipe for smooth, effortless bowel movements. But here's where most people go wrong. They suddenly overload on fiber in one day, and their gut, which has been starved of it for years, reacts with gas, bloating, and discomfort. This is why it's so important to increase fiber slowly, giving your intestines time to adapt. And just as important, fiber without water is useless. In fact, eating too much fiber without enough hydration can actually make stools harder. That's why the second key is water. Hydration is not just about drinking any liquid. It's about drinking water at the right times and in the right ways. When your body is dehydrated, your colon pulls water from stool, making it rock solid. Simply drinking enough water every day can solve constipation for many people. But the timing matters. Start your day with 2 glasses of warm water on an empty stomach. Warm water stimulates the intestines like a gentle wake-up call and softens stools naturally. Drinking water before meals, about 30 minutes before, helps digestion and keeps the intestines hydrated. But avoid gulping down cold water during meals because it dilutes stomach acid and slows down digestion. Instead, sip small amounts throughout the day. And here's a secret most people don't know. Herbal infused water works even better. Warm lemon water, cucumber infused water, or mint water relaxes the intestines and promotes movement. Think of it as medicine that's gentle and natural. The third pillar is movement. Constipation is not just about food, it's about lifestyle. When you sit all day, your intestines sit too. They become lazy, sluggish, and slow. But when you move, your gut moves. Something as simple as a daily 30-minute walk can dramatically improve bowel movements. Yoga poses, especially ones that compress and release the stomach area, are even more effective. One famous pose is Pawanmuktasana, where you lie down and pull your knees to your chest, which is known to release gas and stimulate your intestines. Even light stretching after meals can make a difference. Remember, your intestines are muscles, and just like your arms and legs, they need stimulation to stay active. Now, let's go deeper into what happens inside your gut. Did you know that your intestines are home to trillions of bacteria? These gut bacteria don't just sit there. They actively help break down food, create vitamins, produce natural chemicals that soften stool, and keep your digestion balanced. But when you eat processed foods, too much sugar, or take antibiotics often, these good bacteria die off, leaving behind a sluggish, unbalanced gut. This is one hidden reason why some people suffer constipation even though they drink water and eat fiber. The solution here is probiotics and prebiotics. Probiotics are the live good bacteria found in foods like yogurt, kefir, kimchi, and sauerkraut. Prebiotics are the food for these bacteria found in bananas, garlic, onions, and asparagus. When you combine them, you create a powerful ecosystem in your gut that makes digestion smooth and regular. Studies have shown that people who regularly consume probiotics experience softer stools, less bloating, and better bowel habits. Another overlooked cause of constipation is stress. Yes, your mind and gut are directly connected through the vagus nerve. When you're anxious or stressed, your body goes into fight or flight mode and digestion slows down. This is why many people with high stress levels suffer from irregular bowels. Relaxation is not just for your mind, it's for your gut too. Deep breathing, meditation, yoga, or even listening to calming music can relax the intestines and make stool pass more easily. Constipation is not only a physical issue, it's an emotional one too. But there's another secret that people don't often hear about: toilet posture. Believe it or not, the way you sit can determine whether stool comes out easily or painfully. Modern toilets make us sit at a 90-degree angle, but this actually blocks the rectum. The natural way is squatting, which straightens the rectum and makes passing stool effortless. You don't need to build a new toilet, you just need to raise your feet on a small stool while sitting. This small change in angle can turn painful straining into smooth relief. Now, let's talk about some natural home remedies that have stood the test of time. One of the most famous is prunes. Prunes contain sorbitol, a natural sugar alcohol that draws water into the intestines and softens stools. Eating a few prunes daily can bring quick relief. Chia seeds are another miracle food. When soaked overnight, they form a gel that coats and lubricates the intestines, making stool slide out easily. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning can make a big difference. Flax seeds work in a similar way. They provide both fiber and natural oils that lubricate the gut. Drinking warm milk with flaxseed powder before bed has been a traditional remedy for centuries. And then there are herbs. Triphala, an Ayurvedic formula of 3 fruits, is considered one of the most powerful natural remedies for constipation. It tones the intestines, improves digestion, and restores bowel rhythm. Aloe vera juice in small doses is another effective natural laxative that soothes the intestines. But here's the warning: never overdo any remedy. The goal is to restore natural movement, not force it unnaturally. So now we see that constipation is not just about one cause or one solution. It's a puzzle of diet, hydration, movement, bacteria, stress, and posture. Fixing it naturally means addressing all of these together. But here's the reality. Many people don't believe change is possible. They've been constipated for weeks or even months, tried medicines, tried different diets, and lost hope. But the truth is, constipation can be reversed. By making small but powerful changes, you can retrain your body, soften your stools, and restore regularity. Now that we have uncovered why hard stools and constipation happen and what natural solutions can help, it's time to bring everything together into a clear, step-by-step routine. Because knowing the theory is one thing, but applying it every single day is what truly creates transformation. Imagine for a moment a life where going to the bathroom no longer feels like a struggle, where you don't have to sit in pain, straining, and sweating, where you don't dread the morning because you know what's coming. Instead, you wake up light, energized, and regular, your digestive system working like clockwork, your stomach flat instead of bloated, and your mood lifted because your body feels free. That's what this natural constipation reset routine can do for you. And if you follow it consistently, it has the power to change not only your bathroom experience, but also your overall health. Your morning is where the battle is won or lost. The very first thing you do upon waking sets the tone for your gut. That's why the reset begins with water. Not just a sip, but 2 full glasses of warm water on an empty stomach. This is not a random habit. It's a time-tested practice that triggers peristalsis, the natural contractions of your intestines that push waste forward. Warm water works like a gentle massage from the inside, waking up your colon and softening stool. If you want to take this a step further, squeeze in a little lemon juice. The citric acid in lemon stimulates digestive juices and acts as a mild natural laxative. For those who want something even more powerful, soak 1 tablespoon of chia seeds overnight in a glass of water and drink it first thing in the morning. Chia seeds form a gel-like consistency that coats your intestines, lubricates the passage, and eases out stools that were otherwise hard and painful. This one change alone has helped countless people regain their regularity without depending on harsh laxatives. After hydrating, it's time for breakfast, the meal that can either make or break your day. Sadly, most people reach for white bread, fried snacks, or processed cereals loaded with sugar, and then wonder why they feel bloated and sluggish. The truth is, your intestines crave fiber, hydration, and probiotics in the morning. A bowl of oatmeal topped with sliced apples, a sprinkle of flax seeds, and a spoonful of yogurt creates the perfect combination. The oats supply soluble fiber that softens stools, apples provide insoluble fiber that adds bulk flax seeds, lubricate the intestines with natural oils, and yogurt delivers probiotics that balance your gut bacteria. Together, this is a powerful constipation-fighting meal. If oats aren't your preference, you can blend spinach, banana, and kefir into a smoothie. Not only is it delicious, but it also floods your body with fiber, potassium, and good bacteria. Breakfast should never weigh you down. It should lighten your digestion and give your gut the tools to eliminate smoothly. But just as important as what you eat is what you avoid. Coffee, for example, can stimulate the bowels temporarily, but too much caffeine dries out the intestines, making stools harder over time. White bread and pastries provide empty calories with no fiber, and fried foods coat your stomach with grease that slows digestion. Processed snacks loaded with preservatives clog the gut, and carbonated sodas irritate the intestines. If your mornings are filled with these, you are unknowingly feeding constipation. The reset routine is about replacing these harmful choices with nourishing ones. Throughout your day, hydration must remain your focus. Your intestines need water like a river needs flow, and without it, everything turns stagnant. But hydration is not about guzzling a liter of water all at once. It's about sipping steadily, keeping your system moist and active. Carry a bottle with you and aim to sip every 30 minutes. Herbal teas like peppermint fennel or ginger tea are even better because they not only hydrate but also relax your gut muscles, reduce gas, and ease bloating. Avoid drinking too much water with meals because it dilutes stomach acid, slowing digestion. Instead, drink 30 minutes before and wait a little after. Think of hydration as your silent medicine. Simple, free, and incredibly effective. Now comes lunch, and it's another opportunity to nourish your gut. Instead of, heavy fried meals, aim for a plate filled with vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats. A salad of leafy greens, beans, and olive oil is a simple but powerful option. The greens and beans provide insoluble fiber that adds bulk and speeds waste through the colon, while olive oil lubricates and stimulates bile production for smoother digestion. Mediterranean cultures have known this for centuries, and, modern science confirms that olive oil helps soften stools naturally. Even a teaspoon a day can make a difference. Whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, or barley keep the bowels active, while processed white rice and refined pasta slow things down. The key is to eat food that flows, not food that clogs. After lunch, don't fall into the trap of sitting still for hours. This is the time when movement matters most. Even a 10-minute walk after eating stimulates the intestines and encourages waste to move forward. If walking isn't possible, simple stretches or yoga poses can do wonders. Try twisting poses, child's pose, or lying on your back and gently massaging your stomach in a clockwise direction. These simple moves increase circulation, massage your intestines, and reduce sluggishness. Constipation thrives on inactivity, so every bit of movement is like medicine. Dinner is where many people go wrong. They eat heavy, late meals filled with fried foods, meat, and refined carbs, and then wonder why they wake up bloated and constipated. Your digestion slows at night, which means heavy foods sit undigested, hardening overnight. To reset your gut, keep dinner light and simple. Steamed vegetables, lentil soup, or brown rice with stir-fried veggies are perfect choices. Adding a teaspoon of flaxseed oil or olive oil at dinner helps lubricate your intestines overnight. You'll wake up in the morning with a system ready to eliminate easily instead of holding on to yesterday's heaviness. Before bed, the reset routine introduces one of the oldest remedies known to mankind, Triphala. This Ayurvedic blend of 3 fruits, amalaki, bibataki, and haritaki, has been used for thousands of years to restore digestive balance. Triphala tones the intestines, reduces inflammation, and promotes smooth bowel movements without harsh side effects. A teaspoon of Triphala powder with warm water before bed is enough to work overnight, preparing your body for an easy, natural elimination in the morning. Aloe vera juice is another option, soothing the intestines and acting as a gentle, natural laxative. But remember, less is more. You're not trying to force the intestines. You're trying to restore their rhythm. Now, let's turn to the foods that silently make constipation worse and should be avoided. Processed foods are the first enemy. Chips, cookies, frozen meals, and fast food are stripped of fiber, making them empty and clogging for your gut. Cheese and heavy dairy products can slow digestion, creating harder stools. So, red meat digests very slowly, sitting in the intestines longer than plant-based foods. This leads to water being absorbed and, well, stool becoming dry. Refined sugar, on the other hand, feeds bad bacteria in the gut, which disrupts balance and actually slows down your bowel movements. Alcohol is another big culprit. It dehydrates you and creates inflammation in the intestines. By cutting back on these foods and replacing them with whole, natural alternatives, you'll notice your gut feels lighter and your bowels become more regular. Another overlooked factor is routine. Your body really loves rhythm, and your bowels are no different. If you go to bed at random times, eat meals irregularly, and rush through your mornings, your colon never knows when to be active. But if you wake up at the same time, hydrate, eat, and move in a consistent pattern, your body adapts and trains itself to eliminate naturally. The best time to go to the bathroom is in the early morning when your colon is most active. Even if you don't feel the urge at first, sit on the toilet at the same time daily. Over time, your body learns and responds. This simple training can reset your bowel rhythm permanently. Of course, we must also talk about the importance of posture on the toilet. Most people sit at a 90-degree angle on modern toilets, which actually makes it harder to pass stool. In nature, humans squatted, which straightens the rectum and allows stool to pass without straining. You don't need to change your toilet. You just need a small stool to raise your feet while sitting. This changes the angle, aligns your rectum, and makes passing stool much easier. It's a small change, but one that can transform your bathroom experience. For some people, constipation is linked to deeper issues like thyroid disorders, diabetes, or irritable bowel syndrome. If you've tried natural remedies for weeks and nothing works, it's important to seek medical guidance. Chronic constipation can sometimes be a sign of something more serious, and ignoring it can lead to complications. But for the vast majority of people, these natural strategies, hydration, fiber, probiotics, movement, posture, and routine, are more than enough to bring relief. So now let's imagine your life after following this reset. You wake up in the morning and drink your warm water with lemon and chia. You eat a breakfast filled with oats, fruits, flax seeds, and yogurt. You sip water through the day, enjoy a wholesome salad with olive oil at lunch, move after meals, and keep dinner light. You end the night with Triphala or a soothing herbal remedy, and you go to bed knowing your body is being cared for. In the morning, you sit on the toilet with ease, no straining, no pain, no fear. Your body eliminates naturally, and you start the day light, fresh, and energized. That's the power of these natural solutions. And now, let me leave you with this final message. Constipation doesn't have to control your life. You don't have to silently suffer or depend on pills forever. Nature has given us everything we need: fiber in plants, hydration from water, probiotics in fermented foods, oils that lubricate, herbs that restore rhythm, and movements that awaken the gut. Your job is not to fight your body, but to support it, to give it what it naturally needs to function. If you start today, within days you'll notice a difference, and within weeks you'll wonder why you ever struggled for so long. So, if this video gave you hope and solutions, don't keep it to yourself. Someone you know, maybe a friend, a family member, or even a colleague, is silently suffering right now, wishing for relief. Share this video with them. It could be the gift they've been waiting for. And if you want more natural health solutions like this, then hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our future uploads. Together, we can build a healthier, happier community where no one has to suffer in silence. Your support means everything, and remember, true health begins in the gut. Heal your gut, and you heal your life.